Okay guys, just a quick introduction to the VEO3 flow interface. So here we've got the home page of the different projects I've been working on and experimentations. So for today I've actually created a file creating VEO3 videos. So I'm just going to run through the options. You have text to video, frames to video, and ingredients to video. Today we're just going to be working with text to video. And here you've got your settings, number of outputs. I tend to leave it on 1, but you can go all the way up to 4. It's totally up to you, but you will burn through more credits. So if you're running 4 outputs on VEO3 quality, that's going to cost you 400 credits. In terms of the models available, you've got VEO2 Fast and VEO2 Quality. You've got VEO3 Fast text to video with audio, and VEO3 Quality, that's text to video as well. And obviously there's quite a big difference between the number of credits there. So it's 100 credits for VEO3 Quality, but only 20 credits for VEO3 Fast. I've found that you can actually get some really good results on the Fast model, especially if there's it's a fairly basic scene, so there's not too much action, or the audio is not too overcomplicated. So for today we're going to be using the Fast option, and I'd say if you're just like planning a scene or a series of scenes and you're testing out prompts, definitely use the Fast model, because you'll save credits in the long term. And if you want to try it later on, when you think you've cracked your prompts, you could always move to the quality model. Okay guys, I've just realized I didn't fully explain the settings correctly. VEO3 quality isn't just text to video. You can actually input images, but we're not going to cover that today. Today it's just going to be text to video prompts, so that's the one we're going to be working with. I'm just going to double check that's still there. Yes, it is. 20 credits per prompt. So let's move on and create a scene. When I create videos, I like to have a pretty concise and consistent character description, especially if I want to use those characters again to create an ongoing storyline. Now, if you can see in my YouTube channel or on my TikTok channel, I did a Cleopatra vlog series, so the character description for her was very concise and detailed. So every time I created a new scene for that character, she looked consistent in terms of hairstyle, hair length, facial features, and her body. Anyway, we're not creating Cleopatra today. I'm just going to create a new character, which is going to be a large male orangutan, kind of dressed in the style of A Man with No Name from The Good, the Bad and the Ugly. You can kind of see the description there, so I won't read it out. You can always pause the video if you want to go and take a look. Then we just need to add details. You can add specific details if you wanted, or you can leave them quite vague and general and then let VEO3 create something for you. Okay, so the video's now been generated, so let's take a look and see what's come up.
Town's got that smell, like something bad already happened.
I think the look of the scene is pretty cool. I think the
Town's got that smell, like something bad already happened.
And he delivers the line in the right tone. I'm just going to let it
Town's
play a
got
couple
that
of times
smell,
without me talking
like
over,
something
so
bad already
watch
happened.
and listen yourself.
Town's got that smell. Like something bad already happened. Town's got that smell. Like something bad already happened.
Okay guys, so I'm just going to reveal what the full prompt was in case you didn't quite see it, and then you can have a play around. So you can see it there, that's the full prompt. You can just pause the video and take a note of it. Next, let's try a different scene. We could try a different location, I think, but we want to try and go with character consistency. So we're going to use the exact same character description as we used previously, which is there. It's just pasted in. Now I just need to come up with some details to move to the next scene. Okay, let's take a look at the scene and see what VEO3's come up with.
Help! Help! Some outlaws just shot the deputy down the street.
Well, now that does sound like a problem.
Help! Help! Some outlaws just shot the deputy down the street.
Well, now
Okay
that
guys,
does
I'm just
sound
going
like a
to pause
problem.
that video. In terms of character consistency, I think it's pretty good. Facially, the orangutan looks the same, the hat's pretty similar, the poncho is slightly different, but I don't think that's a massive deal, especially if you're creating videos for TikTok. Those level of details don't really matter, but one thing I don't like is the character that came up and spoke to him looks a little bit too much like a computer image that you'd see in a video game, which I don't like for this video. Also, what's quite interesting is the orangutan actually responded to the lady. That wasn't in our prompt, so VEO3 just decided to add that response, which is quite interesting. I think what we'd do is play with the prompt, and I want to try and change the appearance of that lady. So let's give that a go. So the next generation is finished with the edits to the prompt. Let's just see how this one turns out.
Help! Help! Some outlaws just shot the deputy down the street. Help! Help! Some outlaws just shot the deputy down the street.
Okay, I'll just pause that. I think that looks a hell of a lot better, to be honest. The human character looks more realistic. You can kind of see emotion in her face and in the tone of voice. Her clothes look a little bit worn, like something bad has possibly happened. So I'd say that's definitely an improvement. So you could kind of either stick with that, or you could edit the prompts a little bit more. I think adding the words "the scene is cinematic," sorry, and realistic to the prompt at the beginning definitely helped. It seemed to work okay before, but maybe that's because there was only one character. But I think overall I'm pretty happy with that. So potentially we could just move on to the next scene. So that's the full prompt. So that yeah, I think I was happy with how that scene turns out. So if you just want to have a take a look at some notes of the prompt, you can see what we used. Now I think we will create a final scene. So I've kept at the beginning, because it worked, the scene is cinematic and realistic. So the next part I've added, aside from the exact same description of the main character, is that in a dusty western town street, he stands over a deputy's lifeless body, eyes narrowed, flies buzzing in the heat. He says, low and grim, the fella didn't deserve this, but they will. Okay, let's just see how that turns out. We'll come back to that shortly. Okay, let's take a look at what's been generated.
This fella didn't deserve this, but they will.
Okay, in terms of character consistency, yeah, I'm happy. How he's dressed, I think that's okay. One thing I've just noticed is there's a car in the background, so that's not great. And also, we can't see the deputy's body. I was hoping we would, because to be honest, I think that would be more dramatic. So we might edit that prompt, because it just shows you though what some like wild things that could be like thrown in. So I did specify an old western town, but they've still thrown a car in there. Maybe I should have said from the old western town in the 1875 region. Anyway, I'm just going to edit this prompt and let's just see what happens. Okay, so I've edited the prompt a little bit and this is what I've come up with. So I've kept it pretty much the same. What I've changed is a dusty old West Town street circa 1875, and then I've said he crouches over the deputy's lifeless body. So we're going to run with that. But I think this is a good example of how you need to be pretty concise and exact with your prompts if you do want a certain feel and look. To be honest, with the last video, what you could have actually have done is put it into an editor and then zoomed the video in, so it kind of like cuts out the car. But to be honest, I think we want to try and get this right, so we're going to try this prompt and see what it comes up with. Okay, let's see what the video generators come up with the changes to the prompt. We'll watch it a couple of times and then I'll just give some commentary.
This fella didn't deserve this, but they will. This fella didn't deserve this, but they will. This fella...
Okay, so this time we can see the deputy's body. Not a close-up, but it's definite from this scene. You can tell he's found a dead body, and he's like, the words he's speaking is his reaction to finding this dead body. So I think that makes it a little more clear. I think at the beginning of the scene, it sounds like there's a gunshot. Is that a big deal? I could probably edit that down so you get rid of that, or we could still keep it. People could think there's a gunfight going on somewhere, but I think I can work with this generation. I think it's okay. And again, I think in terms of looks and the hat, yeah, the character's pretty consistent, so I can work with that. So now I'm not going to create any more scenes because I could go on forever, but you know, this is just an example and you could take the storyline wherever you wanted. He could go and hunt the guy that shot the sheriff. He could do a scene where he's like with locals and they point out who was behind it. You know, you could take the storyline wherever you wanted, but for the sake of this tutorial, I'm just going to leave it at 3 scenes. What I might do now is just take these videos and then I'll chuck them in an editor. You could use CapCut, there's a free version you could use, or Adobe Express. This is a kind of a basic video, so I'm probably just going to edit it in Adobe Express and then I'll insert it into this video. and we can do some commentary on it and see how it looks, see how it turns out. Sometimes you can make videos a little bit better in editing anyway, but I think these 3 scenes work pretty well. Okay guys, just before I move on to the edited video, I just want to show you how to download each videos. If you hover over and press the download button there, you'll have some options like animated GIF. Obviously that's low quality. There's original size and upscaled. Original size is fine. I've got the ultra package, so upscaling for me is free. So if it's free, I'm just going to use upscaled. It does take a little bit longer to download, but that doesn't matter. I can go away and do something else. So if I just click on that, you can see it's processing the upscaling, and it says there costs 0 credits. Just check with the package you're on, especially if you're on the free package or the pro package. They might charge you for upscaling. It doesn't make a huge difference, so if there is a charge, I wouldn't bother upscaling, especially if it's just a bit of a fun. It's for TikTok, Facebook, X. There's no point burning through your credits. Anyway, so I'm going to do that for all 3 videos. So we're going to go with the first one, which I thought was fine. The second one I don't like. So we're going to go for that one, which was the more realistic looking lady. And then in terms of the final scene, I don't like him standing up because of the car in the background. So we're going to go with him crouched over the deputy's body. So I will just upscale and download all 3, and then we'll come back to the final video. Okay guys, I've quickly edited the video. I didn't use anything that you have to pay for. I just used Adobe Express, the free version. Because to be honest, I only had to slightly trim one of the scenes. So we'll just play this and let's see what you think.
Town's got that smell, like something bad already happened.
Help! Help! Some outlaws just shot the deputy down the street.
This fella didn't deserve this, but they will.
Okay, I think that turned out fine. So we could just use that. Like I said, if you wanted to take the story further, there's plenty of ideas you could go with to extend this character's life. It could be a confrontation with the outlaws, or discussions and chats with the other residents of the town. It's up to you. I think I'll leave the tutorial there. You do have other options, like you could add some atmospheric music to the video if you wanted, or if you're just uploading it directly to TikTok, they will suggest music that you can add. Could be some Western style music that could add some atmosphere to the video. It's up to you. So thanks for watching guys, hope you've learned something. If you've enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing, liking